Hello? Okay, what? I don't know if I really fuck with these or if I don't. I can't, like, this sounds like I'm literally speaking into a microphone in an arena when I put these headphones on. And I don't know if I like it. Like, I can pick up the goldfish in my teeth right now. I think I'm gonna rock and roll with them just because I look cool. Guys, I don't know how this audio is gonna sound. I don't know if it's echoey. I don't know if it sounds like shit. I don't really know what's going on. I'm so hungry. If you hear me eating in this, it's because I literally fucking am. I cannot stop eating, and I'm gonna explain why. Or at least my theory. But I'm currently recording this episode in my bedroom of my parents' house. Super echoey because I don't know how to decorate. So there's literally nothing in here besides a bed, a desk, places for my clothes and shit. But sounds echoey, I apologize. I can hear it sounds echoey. I need to be closer, don't I? I think this might be a little bit better if I come closer. I don't know. I might be ear raping the fuck out of y'all, and if I am, I apologize. Guys, welcome back to What's That TMI, where we tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. I think this is episode 43. I could be wrong. I keep looking over at my computer, if you're wondering, by the way. Hi. How are you? How are we doing? Haven't been back filming a alone episode, sober, in a while. I'm excited though. I have a lot of stories I want to tell you guys. I have a lot of things I want to give you a rundown on. I've just been fucking completely, honestly lonely. The past 24 hours kind of felt like a loser, but I've come to the realization that genuinely you guys are my friends, and yeah, I'm just so grateful for that because I really don't have fucking friends, especially any girlfriends. And I know I complain about that, and I'm not trying to complain about it. I just want people to know if you don't either, you're not alone. I'm not about to cry, I'm sick. But yeah, I don't know. Just wanted to start the podcast not by getting deep, but by saying I fucking love you guys because you guys are my friends, and I have y'all for life. I hope so. Oh, look, huh? No, but for real, guys, welcome back to What's That TMI. It's not going to be a depressing episode. It's going to be a good episode. I have a lot to uncover. It's going to be fun. We're going to tell some funny stories. We're going to go over some things that have happened. New studio setup for today in my room, already explained. What do we got back here? Tylenol? I could fucking take some of that at the moment if I'm being quite honest. I'm excited to be back, though, guys. I'm excited to be back. Also, if you're watching this on visual, if you're listening, just know I'm soaking wet right now, and it looks like I, did splatter paint on my fucking hoodie that's cropped, that's actually gonna hopefully be merch soon. And it's because it was pouring rain outside, and I normally film this in our barn, and I couldn't do it because we have a metal roof on the barn, and it was just too loud, so I had to run out there and get all the shit to do it in my room. Shout out my family downstairs. I hope they can hear how disgusting my mouth is. Love you guys. I'm gonna try and keep it more clean, actually, today. Let's try and do that. This episode's not going to be too long, but I want to uncover kind of just what's going on in my life, talk about my feelings, just have therapy with y'all today, and tell you some funny stories that have happened. Last time we talked, what was going on? I don't really know. Last time we talked about, things, I think I was just playing Truth or Dare, or Truth or Drink, and I was drunk, and just, kind of answering y'all's questions. Then we had an episode with Mama. And this past week, let me just give you the rundown. This past week, BF came into town, came to Florida, which was so weird, so fucking weird for me, because I never have anyone come to Florida and where I live, where Mama and Papa stay, because genuinely, I live in the middle of nowhere, and for me, I don't even want my friends to come down here. I hate entertaining people. It scares the fuck out of me. I don't like to be the one who's, trying to make the plans, and I always want, someone else to just be in charge of that. I'm really good at, going to things and showing up and being what's up, and, just having a good time and then dipping out, but, having someone come to me, I'm whoa, don't know where to put that puzzle piece. I don't know what the fuck you want to do, and I don't know, how to fucking plan that out. What's funny is I actually made him come here. So BF was just here in town in Florida. So that's why, honestly, this episode's late. His flight got changed, whatever. You guys don't really give a fuck. His flight got changed. I was planning to record the episode the day he left and then upload it day of. His flight got delayed. Something's wrong with our fucking airport, which doesn't surprise me. So he wound up staying a few extra days, and we pushed back the podcast. So go give him shit for that, not me. I've missed you guys. I really have missed you guys. And I know I just talked about being lonely, and we're going to get into that later because I want to tell you guys just what I've been doing and stuff. But yeah, I've been feeling lonely and weird, and so is my mom. And I don't know if something's going on with the moon right now, or what's it called when Mercury I need to go back to school is what I'm realizing. No, Mercury's in retrograde, whatever the fuck that means. I don't know what's happening, but I feel like everyone's getting in their feelings lately. But besides that, BF was just here. Actually, before I even talk about that, let me talk about the eating thing. I've been eating like a 250-pound football player. 250-pound football player. Not kidding whatsoever. I've been so hungry, and like there's been so many meals where I've ate all of it, and I'm like, holy fuck, why am I so hungry? Let me give you an update. Two episodes ago, I talked about how I was going on birth control, and I was like, I'm not going to give you guys an update until I'm on it for a month so I can let my body adjust to it, whatever. My mom has told me I need to stop talking online about how I've been shitting my pants, but I just need an outlet to talk about it, and I know you guys, like, was that TMI. We're going to fucking talk about it. Guys, the birth control I was on, let me just say, was not for me. And I don't know if you have IBS, if you're like not supposed to go on hormonal birth control because it fucks with you. I literally, first like 4 days I said I took it, was an emotional mess, kind of was like freaking myself out. Then it went away. Then I just started fucking losing weight. Don't know why, but I just was not hungry. I was nauseous with anything I was eating, and anything I was eating, I was immediately going to the restroom. Like, I was probably, I'm not being over dramatic, spending 3 hours a day in the bathroom. Like, my mom was like, holy shit, Sadie, like, I would literally hate to have your stomach problems. Like, it seems like you can't do anything. And I was like, honestly, right now, I'm kind of scared to do anything. Like, even going to the beach, I couldn't eat anything before I went to the beach because I would fucking shit in the sand. And so I was like, it has to be this birth control because, like, yeah, I do have stomach issues, but it's not to the point of, like, I'm worried about eating because I think that I'm going to, like, poop it immediately out. I just know they're downstairs listening, like, we raised that. Sorry, love y'all. And so, I, like, want to be quiet now. We just have a live family in the background. We have to get used to it. This is my life right now, and we're just going to deal with it. I was calling this doctor, and I'm not trying to be a bitch, and I know the doctor's not watching, so I'm gonna be a little bit. Doctors don't give a fuck. They really don't. It's hard to find doctors who really give a fuck. It's most of the time like, what do you have? Yeah? Okay. Your prescription's gonna be available for pickup at the CVS pharmacy at fucking 8 p.m. Have fun. Hope it works. Oh, it doesn't work? You're calling me 2 weeks later telling me it doesn't work? Do you want a new one? Or do you want to just keep trying it, taking it? Like, what do you want? They don't give a fuck. So I'm calling this doctor and actually speaking to the front desk lady, not even the doctor. Imagine working at a front desk of a doctor's office and people are calling you like, I'm having constant diarrhea and stomach pains. Like, can you, like, delay that message for me? They're like, hey, do you want to speak to the doctor? Like, what do you want to tell her? And I'm like, pooping water, but I don't really want you to know that, Martha. Like, what the fuck? Anyways, calling them, they're getting back to me and they're like, yeah, there's no way that the birth control would be causing you to have stomach issues. So I'm like, okay, let me just fucking tap my little fingers on my phone, literally look up the brand I'm using, and half of the reviews are like, gave me the worst stomach issues, had to stop taking it because it gave me IBS. I was diagnosed with IBS after this. And for me, I'm like, I already have IBS, so like, it doesn't really matter. Made it 10 times worse. 10 times worse. So fucking bad. And honestly, I feel like I've had stomach pains my whole life, and I try not to complain about it too much because I know it's annoying to people, but I feel like my pain tolerance for it has definitely gone up because I've just dealt with it for so long. And I was like, this is fucking unbearable. Like, I couldn't deal with it. So BF comes into town, pick him up at the airport. Already a funny scenario because his shit got fucked up, so it was like, whatever. And I was like honestly fine. I was like kind of cramping a little bit, and I was like, hopefully just these stomach pains are gonna last for like what, like they had last for like about a week and a half, and I was like, hopefully they're just gonna go away. So pick him up. Well, the first day he's here, thank fuck it was raining because we're in Florida, so we're staying out at the beach, whatever. It was raining. I was like, okay, cool, we'll just chill inside today. Like, doesn't really matter. When I tell y'all, it was it felt like the worst period cramping pain I've ever experienced. Stomach hurt, constantly felt like I needed to go to the bathroom. My back was killing me. Like, I felt so bad because I was like trying to like hold back tears throughout the day because I was like, I almost was like, do I need to go to the fucking hospital and be like, what the fuck is wrong? Was waking up in the middle of the night, having to go to the bathroom. I slept on the fucking bathroom floor for 3 hours and I was sober. Like, I was just like, what is going on? Next day, I was like, I'm done with this shit. It has to be these pills. Like, I'm not taking them. Call the doctor again. They're like, we'll call you in a new prescription for you to try a different brand, but like, we really don't think it's this. And I'm like, okay, stop taking them. It's fucking like 5 days later. I feel great. I have had no stomach pains. I'm actually hungry again. Keep in mind, I am on my period. So it's, but like, I'm on my period having no pain. No pain, eating what I want, actually hungry again. And I'm like, what the fuck did that shit do to me? Like, what the fuck was that doing to me? Here's where I knew it was really bad, though, and we're going to get into this later. Because I literally, guys, would get the urge to go to the bathroom so bad, and I wasn't able to make it to the bathrooms. You might have already heard that story if you follow me on TikTok. But I was just like, holy shit. And I'm not trying to scare people, because my thing was like, every review for birth control that people would give was so bad. And I was like, I don't want to fucking put something in my body that's going to like fuck me up like that. I had no idea it was going to give me stomach issues. No, that was like the last thing I was worried about. I was worried about like gaining 30 pounds in like a week or something, but I was never worried about stomach issues. That was really the only bad shit I got from that, and I lost like weight, and it was just fucking weird. Probably gained it all back by now because I've been eating Taco Bell every day, but doesn't even matter. Anyways, that's that update. So I don't really know if I'm going to even try and go on it again, because I'm kind of like, that shit fucked me up, like, literally shit-wise. I need to stop talking about shitting. But it really did. It, like, messed me up. That was, like, bad. I don't even know if I should say what I was on, because I don't want to, like, get people, I was on, like, Yaz. I don't fucking know anything about it. I'm not a doctor, but I'll update you guys if I try it again. At the moment, though, I'm kind of nervous about it, because it was a lot, and I'm about to be traveling a lot, and I'm like, I don't want to be in fucking a different state, like, not able to control my bowels. Is that what it's called? Whatever the fuck. So that's that update. BF coming, super fun, chill, just hung out. Everything's good there. I know you guys always want updates on that. I don't really know what updates to give you, because it's just, like, kind of floating in a boat right now. Everything's kind of chill. He did meet my parents, which was also really weird, and I didn't really want it to happen. I literally talked about, well, I did. I talked about on like it was like a good number of episodes back. I was like, yeah, like, I don't know, if I have a boyfriend, like, I don't think they need to meet my parents, because like, what, are we married? Like, what's the point? And then I was filming the episode with a friend, and they were like, well, what, you're just gonna wait until like your wedding day for them to meet your parents? And I was like, I don't know, but like, I feel like that's just so serious if that happens. But my parents were like, if he's coming to Florida, he needs to meet us. And I was like, fine, whatever, I guess so. I'm taking this off, I'm hot. I was like, okay, like, yeah, I get it. He's gonna be all the way over here. He probably should meet my parents. Makes sense. I get super stressed out trying to like plan shit, and I overthink so much. I feel like I've talked about that on here a lot. I'm such an overthinker. Like, I'm overthinking every little detail to like us pulling up and like getting out of the car, and like, what if I like trip and fall, and or like he trips and falls. Like, I'm just overthink everything. And so it was like the last night that we were gonna be in the area where my parents live, because we went to some like fucking music festival that I'm gonna talk about, and was actually so random. But it was the last night that we were gonna be over here. My parents were like, well, we want to meet him, and I'm like, okay. So I'm like, just come like meet us, and you can hang out at the pool, because we were staying at this like place where there was like a pool and the beach and whatever. I was like, just come meet us, we'll hang out at the pool. Well, so we go and get food right before my parents are coming, and my stomach had kind of hurt, and I was like, damn, like, why the fuck is my stomach hurting? Like, I wasn't shocked by it, but I was like, damn, like, I feel like I kind of need to go to the bathroom, but I couldn't, and I was just like, all right, whatever. God, like, this has literally turned into, like, you guys are like my doctor as well. Therapist and doctor time right here. We get Panera, and I hadn't even eaten any food. Eaten. My mom always makes fun of me for saying that. It's not a word, is it? Eaten? I'd eaten some food. Eaten? I'd been eaten? That doesn't sound right. I'd ate some food. ATE. Have you eaten your food? Have you eaten your food? Have you ate your food? Have you eat your food? I feel like it's 8, 10. Whatever. Something like that. Hadn't even eat my food yet. And we're pulling up to meet them. And so I'm like pulling into like the little resort area or whatever, where like the parking lot to the pool is. And I'm all of a sudden like, oh, like, I need to go to the bathroom. And you know, when like you know, there's moments where it's like, oh, I kind of gotta go to the bathroom. And there's other moments where it's like, oh, I need to go to the bathroom right now. It was that moment. And so I'm like, all right, I need to go to the bathroom. We're pulling up to meet my parents. They see my car. And I'm like, shit, I'm not going to like immediately get out and run into the bathroom and just leave him here with my parents. Like, I don't want him to feel weird. He probably would have been fucking fine. So I'm backing up my car and I'm like, okay, I need to get to a bathroom right now. In the fucking resort we're staying at, you have to like go in, wait for the elevator, go up to your room. And I was like, there is no way that I can do that. So I'm pulling into the parking garage. My parents are like, what the fuck is going on? And I'm like, dude, like, I'm literally, like, I'm not trying to be disgusting, but I'm literally sitting there and I'm like, I can't get out of this seat. Like, I literally can't move right now. I don't know what to do. And I'm fucking driving. And so I pull out of the parking garage, and this is like an open resort, and there's like not like fucking woods nearby. There's just like, I'll put in a picture actually. There's just like some shrubs. That's all I'm seeing. And there's fucking lights everywhere. Like, someone could easily see me. And I'm like, I literally need to go right there. Like, I need to go right there. Hop out of the car, and guys, I'm not kidding you, am literally watching people walk their fucking dogs in front of me. And I'm just in these shrubs using the fucking bathroom. Not an actual bathroom, just going to the bathroom in these shrubs. And I'm like, okay, whatever, it's fine. Well, then it's like, I need to wipe. And, you know, growing up in the South, you used to wipe with fucking leaves. Like, that's just what you had to do sometimes. Well, that's not around. It's just palm trees and shit. Wipe with a palm tree leaf. Those things are spiky. And so I'm sitting there and I'm like, there's just no, like, why is this happening? Why does this shit happen to me? He's with my parents. I'm in this Leland watching fucking Richard walk his dog in front of me and dealing with this. Thank God he found makeup wipes in my fucking like center console, walked those over to me. We went and met my parents. It was the topic of the meet and greet we had. And yeah, I mean, just life's a shit show, but it makes it more interesting. And you know what? I was literally sitting there thinking, like, this is a perfect story for What's That TMI? This is great. This is great. Like, it would happen to me because now I have something to talk about. I'll take it, honestly. I actually would not wish that upon my worst enemy. That was the scariest moment of my life. Not really, but honestly, I was sitting there like, what's gonna happen right now? Shit happened. Shit happens. That's what I'm gonna say. I had that little scenario. Then we decided the next day that we were going to go out to Hangout Fest in Gulf Shores, Alabama. No hate at all. If you know what Gulf Shores, Alabama is, you know that Gulf Shores, Alabama is a little bit, you don't really know what's going to go on over there. You don't really know. That's all I'm going to say. Same thing where I live in Florida. In the 850 area, there's areas where you don't really want to hit. And if you are going to hit, just know that it might be a miss. Gulf Shores is kind of like that. It can be a miss at times. So we go over to Hangout Fest, and I haven't been to Gulf Shores since I was like fucking 12 years old. Went to Hangout Fest. It was fun. Saw Calvin Harris, saw Kid Leroy, Jessie Murph. Love her. Love you. You're probably not watching this, but she's always great. Went and did that. Fun time. Good little excursion. I've been so fucking hungry. And then came back over to Pensacola, went to the beach. Guys, the beaches, let me just say, I shit on my parents so much because my mom, she really wants to move and she won't admit it, but she comes to me every day and she's like, what am I doing with my life? Like, I'm really bored. And I'm like, well, you're living like you retired, like you're living in the middle of nowhere. But we live an hour from the beach, and the beaches where I live, y'all, if you've never been to like Pensacola, Destin, Panama City, I don't really recommend that place, but like Panama City's pretty, Rosemary, Seaside, the beaches in the Panhandle, just look it up. It's literally like an island. I honestly want to pop one in here. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. You feel like you're in the Bahamas. I literally can post pictures and be like, I'm in the Maldives, and you guys are like, how the fuck are you in the Maldives right now? And I'm like, it's actually just where I live. That is the plus to where I live. It's really beautiful. So after the little bender weekend we had, went to the beach, got some salt water in my veins, felt a lot better. Went and dropped him off at the airport. Always a sad goodbye. I don't know if anyone in here is long distance. How the fuck? That shit's hard. But also I feel like kind of cool when you're young. Like, it's kind of like, damn, it's kind of lit. Kind of not. I don't know. But dropped him off, came home, self-tanned, showered. I've had this sickness for so long. I don't know if anyone else can relate. Just like cough sucking up mucus. Why did I say it like that? Stuffed up. It sounds like there's kind of like a dick in my throat a little bit. And it won't go away. I have a minute clinic appointment tomorrow. So I'm going to go do that. Today, though, went and got laser hair removal with my mom. I got her that for Mother's Day. And oh my God, let me just say, totally recommend laser hair removal if you're debating on doing it. Genuinely have never had a bad experience going. I've actually gone to 3 different places to get it done. And you do have to go like multiple times, but one place I went to didn't really fuck with it. I say if you're going to get it done, do it. They literally like blow cold air on you and then just this needle goes like all over your skin and just feels like a rubber band kind of snapping on you. Doesn't hurt that bad whatsoever. Is over so quickly. And I've been getting it done for like over a year now. Love it. Hopefully I only have to go a few more times, but works great. I get my down there no square done. Flip. Anyway, to touch on the subject I was talking about at the beginning of the episode, I last night had a little bit of like a freak out, and it wasn't even like a freak out like mental breakdown like I normally have. It was more so just like I don't know. I tend to think a lot. I think a lot about life in the future and just what's going on, and I try not, especially because I feel like whenever I do, I read some verse or some page or something from God, and it's like, don't stress, like just focus on me and focus on the present right now, and it's all gonna be okay, and I got you. And I know it does. I love you, man. But for real, I was like just sitting there and I couldn't like get it out of my head, and it's so, and I feel like it's a reoccurring thing I talk about, but like I still like haven't really found a solution. It's so weird, like, feeling, like, having people in your life, but not having consistent people in your life. And I have, like, my family and shit, but I think it's, like, knowing that, like, people my age have, like, groups, or, like, I mean, fuck, we can even bring it back to, like, someone like Alex Earl. It looks like she has, like, a shit ton of friends she's always with, and it looks fun, or even just she's with, like, one friend. I look at, like, my friends in college, they have, like, groups and stuff, and just, like, I don't know, a lot of people you see, I think, on the internet, it's like you always see people who are like, have friends and whatever, and you kind of get in your head and you're like, fuck, like, I want that, like, I want friends. And I'm not saying I don't have friends, because I do have friends, like, a lot of different places, but never really people that it's, like, with all the time, that I'm, like, consistently hanging out with, or, like, you know, just a good, solid friend group. And last night I was kind of sitting there and I was like, how would I even get that doing what I do? Like, how would I even have, like, people in my life that I'm with all the time, or, like, because it's, like, I want to go to this place and this place and this place, and I'm, like, no one's going to be able to come do that with me, or it's, like, I'm always filming, or I'm always, like, yeah, every aspect of my life genuinely gets talked about, and I'm, like, how am I going to be able to find someone who's okay with, like, that going on? And it's, like, they're going to have to be okay with kind of being in this shit with me. And I don't know, I was kind of just, like, freaking out about it. And I think I just fucking passed out and went to bed. But it was kind of just, like, ADHD getting in my head, I think, and I couldn't really sleep. Then I fell asleep, and I woke up this morning and honestly fucking forgot about it. But then my mom, who's, like, 50, she came upstairs today, and she was like, Sadie, and she just, like, laid on my bed, and I was like, fucking course. I'm kidding. I love my mom. And she was like, Sadie, like, you know what? I don't know. I just feel like I don't like change. It's not that I don't like change, but a lot's changing. And I was like, what do you mean? And she was like your brother, he's done at FSU. My brother plays baseball at FSU, and he just, like, finished. She was like, so that chapter's, like, over, and I don't know, like, Cooper's kind of getting older and whatever. And I was like, well, you know, I've actually been thinking. And she was like, if you say you're moving out, I'm literally going to jump off a bridge. And I was like, yes. Fucking, I need to convince them that I'm moving out, because then they're going to start begging me not to. And I'm going to be like, fine, I guess I won't. Guess what? No rent's being paid. That's my game plan. But I kind of was like, I mean, not to make everything about me, but I kind of feel the same way. And I was like, I think it's genuinely just somewhat the fact of, like, that's real fucking life. Like, people eventually, I think what I stress about is I'm like, okay, yeah, right now what I'm doing works. I come home, I'm home, I work a little bit, and then I leave and I go fucking hang out with people who are partying on the weekends, or who are going to this event, or who are doing this and this and this. And then I come home and I work and I go and I do it again. And then I come home and I work and I go and I do it again. And it's just a cycle. And I'm like, eventually, everyone's going to grow the fuck up. What am I going to be? 26 just fucking living with my parents on their fucking land in nowhere? The only thing nearest is a Tom Thumb. Like, I'm just going to do that. And I'm like, building your own life is so scary, but like, that's real life. And there shouldn't be so much pressure around it. And like, the thing is that you just kind of have to accept is shit's going to change. Shit's going to change. I can't live here forever. I mean, fuck, I probably could if I wanted to. And I'm honestly considering it. Wouldn't mind at all. But it's like, I think too, that's why I feel like I'm very like hardcore and act really tough and like nothing bothers me. And like, I don't overthink shit at all and I don't give a fuck. But like, I think even getting into like the relationship was so scary because it was like, I was like, okay, but like then this person's going to become a like pretty big part of like my life. And like, then if that ends, I have to like try and rearrange my life back to like what it was. And so I was like already just doubting it. And I was like, oh, well, if it's going to end, then like it's going to suck and I'm going to have to rearrange my life back to what it already is. So what's the point of even doing it? And I'm like, you can't think like that. Like, you really can't. You don't know where shit's going to go. You don't know what's going to happen. You just have to trust that, like, everything's happening for a reason and it's going to be okay. Change is hard. Change is weird. Change is scary. But I feel like you hear more than not here. I feel like you hear more of the time that the change wound up being a good thing versus a bad thing more than you hear that the change was bad. Like, you know what I mean? It's like people who move out. A lot of people move out and they're like, that was the best decision I ever fucking made. I feel like you hear that more than people being like, it was the worst decision I ever made. Me, I don't really even fucking want to make that decision. So I'm just not going to do it and like not really think about it. But that's what I get in my head about is I'm like, what would change if I moved out? Or what would change if I fucking, literally, I'm not kidding, moved to fucking like Spain? I think about that. I'm like, damn, should I be like traveling and doing this and blah, blah. And it's like, I think the big thing is social media puts all that in our heads and we're seeing all the time. You're seeing people, like what you guys see of my life, you genuinely most of the time see what I'm sitting at home planning to do. Like if you watch me on YouTube, you're watching like mostly the entertaining parts of my life and not really like the downtime. So you're seeing that and you're like, fuck, I want to be like that. I want to live that life. And I love my life. I have a great life. I would want to live my life too. I'm just kidding. But like, I'm not trying to complain about what my life's like. I'm just saying I could see how someone could look at me and be like, damn, like she just is always doing something and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, truth be told, sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I'm not. And my issue is if I don't have something planned next, I freak the fuck out. And that's what kind of me and Kelly were talking about. She's always had in her head, next weekend, I'm going to this place to watch Wyatt play, or this place to watch Wyatt play. Now that's not a thing. So now it's like clear skies on the horizon. And she's kind of like, fuck, I need some things going on. I need a few lightning bolts in that bitch. And I'm like, hey, I get ya. What's cool is that we're actually going up to Atlanta this weekend. I think that's going to save her a little bit. She's going to feel better. Not sure why I'm making this about Kelly. Can you hear me, Kelly? I think what I'm trying to say with this is I shouldn't always plan all these trips and have to be looking forward to that to be okay. But look forward to little things. Like, honestly, last night in my bed, I was looking forward a little bit too. Like, okay, tomorrow I'm taking Kelly to get her armpits lasered. That's going to be funny as shit. And it kind of was. And it's like, just look forward to like the little things like that. Or like waking up tomorrow and you're going to go on your walk. I know that sounds weird, but like look forward to those little things. And it doesn't have to be going and hanging out with a big group of friends or partying. I know coming from me, I sound like a fucking hypocrite. And I'm not saying that I'm like perfect and I can always count on those little things to make me happy either. But I don't know. I'm just fucking rambling right now. I hope someone can relate to this. But I also too was talking about like how in a weird way, I was saying that, yeah, as much as I do want friends or a consistent friend or consistent friend group, I'm glad I just got me. If you can become comfortable with yourself and just enjoy alone time, you're set, because you're the one person that's going to be in your life for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? Other than God. Love you, dude. I don't know why I'm looking at him over there. He's probably up there. I don't know. But for real, it's like you're the one person who's going to be in your life for the rest of your life, so you might as well fucking like yourself. So you might as well fucking like be able to have fun alone. And I mean, shit, sometimes when I sit in my own thoughts for a while, I go a little crazy. So I'm not even saying I've fully achieved that yet, but it is something to work on, and it is good. And when you get better at it, it's cool. And I'm not going to lie, man, like, why am I talking to you guys like that? What the fuck? I'm not gonna lie, man. No, I'm not gonna lie, though. Like, when I'm sitting here and I'm like, all right, podcast this week, film for YouTube, get the editing done. By the way, I'm having some people help editing, and if you're any of those people, I love you so much because you guys are great and you're really helping me out. But sometimes it's like, I heard Theo Vaughn once say in, like, one of his podcasts, he's like, sometimes I'm like, am I even living or am I just checking off a to-do list? And, like, sometimes life does feel like that. And sometimes I'm like, what am I working towards? What am I even, like, doing? Like, what am I, like, it's just so much overthinking lately. And I'm just like, it's fucking scary. It's scary. It gets scary. I get in my head about shit. And I think sometimes, too, when I feel like all I'm doing is just checking off that to-do list, I'm like, I'm so lonely. Like, that's how I think. I'm like, I feel like this career I've chosen, in a weird way, it's awesome and I love it, but in a weird way, I'm like, am I going down like a lonely road? Like, I'm like, if I want to have a guest on my podcast, I'm going to see him by myself. I'm taking this fucking mic, I'm taking this fucking camera, and I'm taking my laptop, and I'm getting in my Toyota, and I'm skirting my little glass up there, and just like hopping out of my car and setting my shit up in their house and being like, what's up? Let's go. Like, it's weird because I feel like I see everyone else in these groups doing stuff like that. And I'm like, am I going down like a pretty fucking lonely path? But then I'm like, I can't find people to be in this shit with me. And it's like, what's going on? And you just got to trust it. I've come to realize that you just got to trust it. And you just got to, I don't know. I don't know the answer, but I'm just trying to like understand that it's okay and everything happens for a reason and you can't overthink it. I'm also overthinking right now that my whole family's downstairs listening to me, and I'm gonna walk downstairs and they're gonna be sitting there like eating a meal and like have me as their entertainment. They're probably all down there like, what the fuck is she talking about? But I'm going to Atlanta this weekend. I'm seeing all my hometown friends. That's gonna be really fun. I'm trying to think. I'm getting my hair done soon. Y'all are gonna be excited about that one. Because there's something going on there. CMA Fest is coming up. I'm going to this thing called Tailgates and Tallboys. Then it's 4th of July. We got a lot of merch coming. We have a lot of fun shit coming. A lot of fun stuff's coming up. I just wanted to explain. I know summertime. I'm normally hop on here and I'm like, let's go, summer. We're awesome. Here's how to have a good summer, blah, 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 blah. And I just want you guys to know, I'm not always like, boom, 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 excited, great, fun, everything. There's times where it's like, what's going on? What am I doing? Who even am I? Who am I friends with? What am I even happy? And I think it's just about when those times come, it's just like, slow down, chill out. It's going to be okay. Trust, timing, life, all of it, whatever. I think it's just like too, for me. I think a lot about like moving out. Like last night, I literally crawled in my parents' bed as they were trying to go to sleep to show them my new YouTube video I just posted, and I was like, I'm almost 20. Like, I probably shouldn't be doing that anymore. Like, what if they wanted to have, like, parent sexy time, and I'm like, hey mom, hey dad, watch my new video, crawling in their fucking bed with them? So I think it's kind of just like, I don't know. I think it's just growing up is weird. Growing up is hard. I don't think it gets easier. My mom said that. Change is weird. If you're, like, 16 listening to this, you're probably like, what? Because I know me at 16, when I would hear people say that, I'd be like, what? Like, that's such a fun time. You can do whatever the fuck you want. It is weird. It's weird because you're watching some people build up their careers and you're watching other people just party their little hearts out. And then you're watching someone move to like Saudi Arabia, backpacking through the mountains, and you're like, where am I supposed to go? What am I supposed to do? growing up's weird. Early 20s are weird. Everyone says it. Everyone's always said that. But just know it's okay. Sorry this episode was a little bit short. Sorry also is a little bit out of sorts. It's due to the fact that I feel like my parents can listen to me and I feel a little bit judged right now. I'm a little bit sick. I'm also in my room and this is a really fucking blinding light. But next week's episode is going to be better. We have a lot of episodes coming. I'm trying to be consistent. I'm trying not to like fuck you guys over and not post on time. So I'm going to get better with that. But just know TMI, I love you so much. There's a lot of great shit coming. And this is my favorite thing ever. The podcast is genuinely my favorite thing in the fucking world. I love doing it. It's great. Every time I sit down and record an episode, I feel like I have friends and I have people that are listening. And you guys are. And it's amazing. So I love you. I hope you guys are good. I hope you guys have a good weekend, good week, good day. Whatever it is, wherever you are, whoever you are, I love you. And don't stress like me. And life's a bitch, so marry rich. That's my new catchphrase. I just put that on backwards. Love you.